Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. It's me, Jasmine, the Buffy Witch, but you already know that. Let's talk specialty. I have been looking at some of my recent purchases and I just see an explosion in my specialty collection, which is basically like anything that's not like a traditional eyeshadow or eyeshadow palette. Typically it's going to have a fun finish, iridescent, holographic, multi-chrome, duochrome, glitter, foil, metallic, things like that. And I really have to get started with this little series, or just giving more to my specialty collection, because I made such a big deal about it, you know what I mean? And not really for you, but for myself. I mean, I made a big deal. I talk about it. I bought it. Let's use it. Yes. So today I want to talk about a few palettes, but then singles galore. Okay, we might even have a few fighting the FOMOs in here, but let's talk about those later. Talking about palettes really quick, I'm gonna start with a brand which I don't know what's going on with Beauty Bay. Do you? They're not really up and running right now. Don't know why, I don't really care. But I do have the 9-pan Mini Charms palettes. If you were able to get your hands on these are really fun, beautiful palettes. So the original Mini Charms, which is this one, is going to be more of a shifting duo topper type palette. I honestly don't remember what this was marketed as. They never really said it's one thing or the other, but there are shades within it that have the ability to flip, and there are shades that are more topper like. It's a really nice formula. I would say it's smooth, kind of reminds me of a Super Shock, and there's the ability to really build them, to shear them out, and of course adding them to something else will always give you a remixed version. This palette really surprised me. I didn't think I was going to like it as much as I do. I just find that the colors are so fun, and it reminds me a lot of my Odin's Eye Jewel Shine bundle, but then you also get some that are just very shiny. I like a shiny finish that's wet looking because they're just so versatile. You can go for the color that they have themselves or whatever eyeshadow you're putting on, or it can just be like a glaze. So I really like this palette. I was very intrigued when it first came out. I'm so happy that I have it. When Beauty Bay was up, this will go in and out of stock, and I feel like the last time it was in stock was the last time, and that's not really a very helpful sentence, but it kind of looks like this was part of like a specific curated collection they were doing without saying it was like a collection, because I believe there's a Charms large palette, don't quote me, but this disappeared very shortly after it showed up, I guess. Quicker to disappear than that one was its sister, the Mini Charms Neutral. This one is a metallic lover's dream. These are metallic, shiny, glitzy, wet shades. Same amazing formula, but these are going to pretty much be the color that you see. These are just as soft, just as buildable, and just as beautiful. I'm putting them over my little knuckles there, but they are wet and so shiny. I love them. Shear them out. I'm actually not super dehydrated right now, but I am cold, so my fingers shrivel up. But yeah, this is a gorgeous formula. I really like it. I am working on my second spotlight with the Flower Beauty light palettes, and these are a really close dupe to them. So happy to have these. Very small. I believe these were no more than $15 full price, but I got them both when they were on sale, so I think I paid about $9 for both of them. I've gone to Sephora recently, which is not something I do very often. I don't really like Sephora. But I picked up the Sephora brand eyeshadow palette, this little trio. It's called Ethereal Lilac, and I got it because look at those shades. This purple, I'm in a moment. I cannot stop myself when I see this type of purple. I just have to get it. And those are the shades. Got that beautiful glitter there. I don't have a lot of swatching room, but right there, very, very beautiful. So you get the feel. You see what I'm aiming at here and what I'm talking about. just glitzy, shiny, wet, metallic finishes that can just jazz up a regular eyeshadow look. You know what I mean? I'm really interested in doing like 2 eyeshadow looks, even 1 eyeshadow looks, maybe using one of these specialty products that's just like a topper to that. But I really, really love this type of makeup because it can take you from a boring makeup style to a bit adventurous without going like full color the way that I am, you know what I mean? So this is definitely what I think about when I want to be gentle but ethereal. Something else I really love, I don't even know if KVD Vegan Beauty is still around, honey. I don't hear nobody talk about her, but I still have the Surreal in Bloom palette, and every time I think I'm going to declutter this thing, I swatch it and I tell myself I can't. I cannot get rid of this. This is so beautiful. It is a very, very soft formula. They're so pretty. They're so pretty. I cannot get rid of this. I can't, and I won't. So don't ask me to. I know you did it. But I love this palette, and every single time I look at it, I'm like, I have to. So maybe this can be the 3rd spotlight. Something else I recently got, I didn't even talk about it, the Rem Beauty Quad in Fembot. I have already used it, and when I tell you this palette is absolutely stunning, it is absolutely stunning. This was a $30 quad. I don't like to spend that much money on a quad, but I wanted the shade Fembot so much. I have the like gloss sticky thing. I also have the lip gloss. I really wanted the single eyeshadow, but this will do. It is a gorgeous formula, beautiful shades. I really like it. I will swatch these later when I do a video on it, but I really like this palette. I really like that Fembot shade. That Rem, you really did that one. Now let's talk about some singles, okay? So I feel like the first single in this type of category that I became aware of were the Beauty Creation Writing Solo Eyeshadows. Why I was calling these things ride or dies, honey, I do not know. I just be doing things, saying things. But I picked up on their website, they have them kind of in a bundle where you can get like 6 of them for $25, and then you can of course get the singles. I don't remember which ones were in the bundle, but I just bought that and then 2 singles, so because I didn't want all of the shades. And these are just beautiful singles that come in their own little acrylic pot, and people really like these. I feel like these got a lot of hype and then disappeared. But that is just the way this makeup game goes. I swear, here today, gone tomorrow. Popular for 25 seconds, baby. What was it, 5 minutes of fame? This is 5 seconds of fame. And I am getting my freaking nails and everything. But really beautiful shades. Very shiny, much like the other shades. I really love the way things look when they're sheared out, but these are really beautiful. They're also very affordable. I think it's pretty innovative. I like the little snap component, the clear acrylicness of it. These are really nice, and I will be doing videos on these because I have a lot of Beauty Creations. I feel like when I first heard about these were the only things from Beauty Creations that I was hearing about, but I have a lot of Beauty Creations and so many more of their products besides just these I was about to say ride or dies. These writing solo shades are really good products, so it would be nice to hear other people's opinions on the foundation, concealer, and powder combo. I love it. Their blushes are really good. I have a Betty Boop face palette that's amazing, so we're gonna be doing a lot more Beauty Creations. I have their whole entire bundle of their eyeliners, well, their gel pot liners, their gel pencil liners, and their bases, and that's kind of an ongoing thing on my channel because the bases are a bit tricky. But if you don't have any of the writing solos, you might want to go over to Ulta and check out JCat Beauty because they have a very similar version, and these are called Fairy Dust Duochromes. These are very beautiful. Very, very beautiful and very, very similar. I really like these. I feel like if I had to pick between the writing solos and the J-Cat. I kind of like the J-Cat Beauty better. They're very, very soft, almost a slightly dry formula, which I sometimes prefer, because if something is too emollient, like, not saying that the other ones are, but I feel like these kind of go on a little bit easier because of that slight dryness. It's not so putty like, so they're easier to apply with just about everything. Whereas the writing solos, I kind of feel like I want to use just a brush with them. But those are just for the shades. I think I only have 5, so who do I, oh, miss this one. Ooh, love that. You know, I gotta have a bluey teal right at the top there. But these are also very beautiful. These were about $5.99. You can get them on Ulta. J-Cat Beauty is another one of those brands that I think is a silent hero that goes unsung. These are really great products, and they have a ton of them. Their concealer is amazing. They also have paint palettes that are very similar to the Color Cases or the Makeup Forever Flash palette. I mean, like I said, with that particular product, you just got to know where to look. And a lot of brands do it. So I have a decent amount of J-Cat Beauty as well. And actually, I have more J-Cat Beauty. They also have these little Prism Metal Chrome eye mousses, and these are very nice as well. I feel like this has a slight, like, it's a really odd texture. It almost feels like a dried out Color Shock. They're kind of deep in there, so I can't even get my finger in there to swatch because of my nail. I'll just take a little chunk out of her. But yeah, the texture is that of kind of like a drying, like if you had a Super Shock shadow that was a bit dry, and they do go on a little bit more sheer, but you can build them up. I like these for very simple, like one and done looks, because it's kind of a subdued formula, but very like dreamy. This would be a good background for like some black graphic liner, something like that. So yeah, I got 3 of those. So then, if you still want something like the J-Cat Beauty or the Beauty Creation Writing Solos, Juvia's Place came out with their own multi-chromes. Now these are $15.99, or $15, so we're definitely jumping up on that price range. But Juvia's came out with 5, and these are very beautiful. Now these don't say that they go with any specific collection within Juvia's Place, but I personally think just by looking at it, these would go really well with the Culture collections. They're kind of similar to the liquid shades that came out with those palettes, but not exactly. But these would pair very, very, very well with that particular collection. And I will be swatching these as well in their own video. But these are just really pretty. Really, really, I just want to swatch this one. Very pretty. Kind of the same formula as the Writing Solos. And it's just so pretty. This is that pink that has that green flip. I feel like it's a really common color. And if you don't want to spend $15 per eyeshadow, you could also join the hunt and try to get your hands on the Wet n Wild Chameleon Chrome eyeshadows. I feel like everyone is trying to get them, like Pokemon, you want to catch them all. And I lucked out somehow. I have all 6 of the eyeshadows. I have 2, I don't know if there are more, but I definitely have 2 of their foil eyeshadows. I have 2 of the foil lip glosses. The only thing I didn't get are the liners, and I do have 3 of the 4 highlighters, even though I had the 4th highlighter, but the second I tipped it over to check for the name, it exploded. So, and that was the pink one. But for right now, we're just gonna talk about the eyeshadows. These are stunning, and I will swatch them for you. I was able to find all of mine on Walmart.com. I do not like to shop at Walmart. This household, we don't shop at Target, we don't shop at Walmart, we don't shop at, what's that coffee place? Starbucks. We don't do that here, okay? But the makeup lover in me gave me just a little bit of leeway, but a little bit of side eye as I went to Walmart, walmart.com, to pick these up. Okay, so let's swatch the bright colors first, and then we'll do those iridescent colors. All right, so the first one I have here is Comet Couture. If you want to see really great swatches and eye swatches, please go to Glam Smitty's channel. She does amazing swatches, up close comparisons. I mean, she will walk through everything with you. All right, this is the shade Meteor Muse. I feel like this is the one that most people want, because look at it, I would want that too. and then the pink one is called Nebula Rush. It's going to be your pink, gold, and greeny shade. Now, of all the formulas of the things that I'm talking about right now, these seem to have the most emollients to them, but they are stunning. So impactful, so bold. I really, really like these, and I understand why people want them. All right, the last three. This is called Moon Flare. This seems to have like a yellow base to it, or a yellow flip. Seems to have a yellow flip to it. Very pretty. This has a green flip. This is Lunar Voltage. Reminds me of Lola, right? Lola from Odin's Eye. Oh, that is pretty. You're seeing a lot of green, but I'm seeing a lot of green and blue flip to it. I don't know how to get it to show for you, but green and blue flip on that one. That is so pretty. And then the last one, this is called Starlight Fever, and she's going to be a gold or a white that flips pink, at least on my skin tone. So pretty. So like, I really like all of the things that I just showed you, but specifically these Wet n Wild ones have an amazing formula. They're so full cover, really great opacity, especially the color. The first three have great color. Like, you do not need a base for these. These are so beautiful. I would say they would probably have the capacity to crease if you deal with creasing, but I mean, blend them out a little bit wherever you have creasing and it should be okay. I really like these. These also remind me, if you have the Nomad Royal Europe palette, you kind of have these shades. Now, not dupes, I'm not talking about it as a dupe, whatever, but yeah, if you have the Royal Europe palette, you kind of have these, not direct dupes, but very, very similar. You kind of already have these. So, but these are some of the things in my specialty collection that you're going to be seeing soon. I'm super excited. Just a few honorable mentions. I have 2 of the Danessa Myricks Color Fix multi-use pigment sticks. I have Duo 8 and Duo 5. They were the only ones available at my Ulta or my Sephora. I also, again from JCat Beauty, have these Triple Crown Baked Shadows, and I thought these would be really nice to do a quick little spotlight on, because baked shadows, I mean, I remember when those used to be all the rage, baked products in general, and now I don't really feel like I hear about them, so I thought these would be fun to give a go with, to see if I remember how to use baked eyeshadow, because I thought the whole like thing about baked eyeshadows is that you can use them dry or wet. So those are some other little specialty item thingies that I have. And yeah, so I really want to get some use out of these things. I hope you're excited to see what I do with them. If you are, let me know in the comments, if you feel so inclined, which of these items would you like to see me play with first? I'd love to hear. But until then, guys, I'm gonna let you go. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much for tuning into the channel. It's been me, Jasmine, the Buffet Witch, but you already know that. Good Lord, this swatch is going everywhere. All right, take such good care, and I will talk to you in the next video, which will be very, very soon. Bye.